Hi everyone, it's Dawn Fisher, Morning Glory Needleworks. Welcome to my 54th FlossTube video. And as always, thank you to everybody who subscribes, comments, and just likes my channel. As always, links are listed at the end in the comments description section. I've got links to Morning Glory Needleworks Etsy shop, which you may want to go to after I get done talking today. Instagram, Stitch of the Month Facebook group, Morning Glory Needleworks Facebook group, buy me a coffee if you feel like buying me a coffee, bio link, and some other goodies. I have something I'm going to show you that you may want to go get, because I'm so excited about it. So also, I break my videos into chapters. So if you just want to go watch a certain section of the video, please watch it all. But if you want to come back and watch just a certain section, it'll be listed in the description. It'll have each chapter, like intro, and then each of the things I'm going to talk about. And then there's a timestamp next to it. So you just click on that and it takes you right to the section. So it's the 15th of March, 2024. I guess we should get going here. Well, the fun just never ends around here. Let me tell you, I had a mild toothache down here, so I went to the dentist. Now you have to know, I haven't been to the dentist since I retired. That was before the pandemic, so it's probably been at least 4 years. I had the same dentist for over 20 years, and I loved him. I love going to him. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. When I went on Medicare, he was not in my plan. He doesn't do HMOs. So when I went to him, of course, I went every 6 months, got my teeth cleaned and all that good stuff. Well, with my Medicare HMO, it's harder to find a dentist I want to go to. And I'm kind of fussy because I was so spoiled having Dr. Telios for 20 years. And when Jeffrey was having problems with his teeth, he went to get dentures and all that. Well, I ended up taking him to two different dentists, and I really didn't care for either one of them. And there's not a lot of choices when you're in an HMO. So because of my tooth, I finally broke down and searched my insurance. I found a dental group, which I like so far. I went today. They did all the x-rays and scans and everything, checked my mouth. And the hygienist said, surprisingly, after not going to the dentist for so many years, my teeth are in pretty good shape other than this. She said, you know, I've been flossing really well and all that. Anyway, unfortunately, the dentist thinks I may need a root canal. Ugh. I've had several of those. They're not fun. There is an infection. It did swell up last night, and I can actually feel it in here and down in my gums. It's not really bad, obviously. I'm not all swelled up. But anyway, so he did prescribe some antibiotics. I do have to see a specialist. I don't know why, but they said my insurance didn't cover it. I don't know. I've never used my dental insurance, so I need to do some checking on that. I'm hoping she'll say I don't need a root canal, but I wouldn't count on that. He also said I needed a crown, which the crown, surprisingly, is fairly reasonable with my insurance. But anyway, that's my fun I've been having here. I did start my antibiotics. I'm hoping, you know, maybe everything will just go away if I just take my antibiotics. So other than that, that's about everything that's going on here, which obviously isn't much. But I did go meet up with some high school friends for once a year. They have a little get together for those of us that live in the area. So that was kind of fun, kind of a fun night. I went last year. They had it last year too. And last year it was actually the weekend before Jeffrey and I got married. So they were the first to find out, other than family, of course. But anyway, and then also on March 7th, it's been a year since Jeffrey's been gone. I can't believe that. I don't know, it seems like it happened yesterday, but yet it seems like it's forever. I don't know, it's just weird. But I survived and I'm doing okay. That's all I'm going to say on that. So I'm going to move on to something more fun. As I mentioned in my last FlossTube, I was working on a new scissor fob, and I showed you the pattern. I don't have the pattern with me, but I showed you the pattern and the little fob I was working on. Well, and it was designed by Robin Chappelle of Sampler Bird Stitchery. It's so cute. I love it. Everybody loves it. She actually demonstrated how to make the cute little tomato in one of the groups I'm in. We had a Zoom meeting and she showed us how to put it together, and that really helped. Her directions are wonderful. And I do have a link down in all the links at the end of the description comment section thing. So if you want to go, she has one. I'm just deciding if I want to get another one, but she also has one with a pumpkin and a spool. So anyway, I want to show this. This is what I was working on last time. I got it all stitched, and oh my goodness, look at this cute little tomato. Isn't that just the cutest thing? And then the back has my initials and the year and a little teeny tomato. Isn't that so cute? And if you buy the kit, it includes everything, not my beautiful pair of scissors, but it includes all the beads, how to put it together. It was so simple. The clasp, which comes in, I think it comes in antique silver and antique gold and copper. And I got the copper color because I liked it and I thought it kind of went well with everything. But anyway, it was so much fun to put together. You just you stitch the design, back stitch around it. It's on two different sides. And then you do this back stitch and you just slip stitch this closed, and then you attach everything else. But it's just so cute. And she has everything in there. This has stuffed walnut shells in it. And the kit includes the crushed walnut shells. It includes the little top to the tomato, which is actually a double layer that's been fused together. So it gives it some substance and it won't ravel. There's a little teeny, if you can see, a little teeny bead in the butt of the tomato. And anyway, I just love it. I get so many compliments on it. Everybody wants me to make them one now, but I told them where they could buy the pattern. So anyway, I just had to show that because it's so much fun. Again, there's a link to it. So, and she does have one. It's a little bit bigger and it's a pumpkin, and then it's sitting on top of a spool, and it has a little band, a piece of linen that goes around it. And she gives you at least four different designs you can stitch on the band and put it on the little spool. So that may be my next little project. So now samplers, and I've listed some of my antique samplers and some other stuff for sale on my Morning Glory Needleworks Etsy site. So if you follow me on Facebook, or Morning Glory Needleworks on Facebook, or MG Needleworks on Instagram, I've been posting some of the items I have for sale and some of the items that eventually will be up for sale. I'm still working on. It's a lot of work, but it isn't. You have to I like to have a lot of pictures to make sure people really know what they're getting, because some of these samplers and needlework, they're damaged, and I want people to know that. I don't want people to buy it and go, hey, I didn't realize there's a big hole here, or a little hole, or a nail hole, or something. So I try and get you're allowed to have, I think, 9 pictures. in there. So I try and get as many pictures as possible. And a while back, I talked about some of my antique stuff, and I had this beautiful shaker sewing basket that was lined with pink satin and had all these sewing tools and a lid and all this stuff. And I'm really trying to downsize. And if I need a root canal, I need more money. So anyway, but I'm just trying to, go through stuff. And that one hurt, but I put it up for sale and it sold like within 24 hours. I did some research on the price and they were selling for a pretty good price on eBay. So I put it up for sale. And like I said, it was gone within 24 hours. And then I posted, also had a couple of other small samplers for sale, and they had some damage and stuff, but again, I had a lot of pictures, and though I sold both of those to the same person too. So I just want to show a couple things that I do have for sale that if you like samplers or sewing accessories, you might be interested in these. So it's kind of folded up, but this is a sampler from 1902. You can see in the bottom, she's got a lot of different, they're not fancy stitches. They're different types of back stitch. They're not back stitches, really. They're just darning type stitches or running stitches. Just a bunch of different ones of those and some cross stitch. And I think all the rest of it is just cross stitch, other than there is a little section of darning. And this is like, you can see it here. This is like a knitted, it's hard to see there. It's what I would call a knitting stitch or something. So it looks like knitting on top. It's little V's all next to each other. It has a few different names, but basically it's a knitting stitch, and it's a large canvas. And obviously it was stitched in 1902. And I'm going to get in real trouble here trying to say this name, but it's Kunzel Sow or something. Anyway, I looked it up, and this, I assume it's the girl's last name, or it's also a city in Germany. So it's obviously a German sampler. It does have the initials L and K on it. So like I said, I have this one listed in the shop, and I have more, all that information and more, the exact size and all that listed in the shop, in the description. So this is another lovely. This one's from 1857, and it's like a Berlin work sampler. And you can see there's a lot of religious type symbols. Here's a cross. There's two crosses, a chalice, the anchor. I don't remember what that one is. It's hard to see. Another chalice. There's the lamb in the center. And I mean, she stitched it right up to the edge, which is obviously worn away quite a bit. The top is hem stitched, and the side and the bottom is a selvage. So anyway, and she used really bright colors, and this is wool. And these are actually like, kind of like an overdyed, I think. See how it goes from dark to light. So I think it's almost, you can see it better on this one. See how it goes from dark to light. So it's an overdyed wool. And it's from 1857, so it's quite a few years old. It would be easy to mount it and all that. So again, that's listed in my shop. I don't have a name or initials or anything on that one, just the year. So I also have, like I said, I'm selling some of my little goodies, my little sewing goodies. This is a sewing box. It comes with the scissors, pack of needles. It's got like a satiny taffeta lining. And then there's these spools of thread. I have not looked, oop, that one doesn't have a name on it. I have not looked these up yet. La Filera, 40 yards. This is number 40. It's like a thread. I believe it's cotton, a solar carbonel. I don't know what that means. I have not researched any of that. It has an old package of snaps, which are in really good shape, cheap little plastic spool. And it has this came in it, and it's Lydia E. Pinkham's vegetable compound. So it's a little giveaway that was probably given away with this vegetable compound. And it's a little sewing kit. And it has this inside, and normally there would be spools of thread on here, usually little spools, like bobbin size spools of thread. And then if you take the top off of this, there's needles in here. So there's needles in there. So this one is not listed yet, but I have all the pictures taken. I just have to write up the blurb and get it ready to list. It's in really good shape, and it's got these little things here. That would probably hold a thimble, and then the little pair of scissors there. But it's in this is in excellent shape. And then this is another favorite of mine. I believe it's also a shaker, little sewing kit. Oops, let me hook it closed here. So it's all handmade. Get it out here in the light. You see she put pins, or they put pins in the edge of it. This holds a pair of scissors. Get my scissors here. Oops, let me do it so I don't damage it. Well, anyway, a pair of scissors slides in there. Obviously a smaller one than I have. And then there's all these ribbons running through it and tied in the front. And let me show you what that does. That actually holds all these spools of thread. You can't just take them out. This ribbon is woven through each spool. So you can just pull the thread out and not lose your spool of thread. And it also has this little pocket, which holds a thimble. And these are so cute. This is a little tiny waxer, and this is on a twisted cord. So it's a little tiny waxer, and this is a little tiny strawberry emery. Just so cute. And then this, I love this. This is actually 3 pieces of ribbon run across here. And obviously it's to hold needles. It's got this beautiful feather stitching on it. So I love this. This is in really good shape. And it's got the hinges are handmade. Everything's hand sewn. If you look at it close, you can see anyway, all the stitching that's hand done. So again, this is listed in my Etsy shop. It's a suede leather sewing kit. So if you're interested in any of those, click on the link to my Etsy shop. And also, while I was going through stuff, I bought this years ago. It's kind of weird, but I love it. I may reproduce it, not this big, because I don't know what the count of this linen in it is, but it's huge. And it's a big, huge sampler. And I bought it because I love the frog. See the frog? Is that just funny? And it's just got all these little motifs all over the place. And obviously it's really big. I think if I reproduced it, it would be on much smaller linen. This is probably 20 count, and then it was stitched over 2. So it's big. It's obviously really big, but I think it would be cute stitched smaller. It has her or whoever stitched it, someone in their family was a mason. MRB must be her initials or his. I don't know. I'd say it's a girl. It's kind of pretty. And it says throughout the day. And I don't know if that means she saw all this stuff throughout the day. There's a fox and a bunny down at the bottom, flower baskets, alphabet, church. There's an initial with a cartouche with a B. Just, what is this? Looks like a soldier or something. Oops, soldier or something there. A little village, more cartouches. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep this and reproduce it or put it up for sale. I love it just because it's so funny. A lot of fun, and I love the colors. And I think, oh, it looks like a dachshund there in the middle. So anyway, but I just thought I would show that because I was going through my stuff. Now, so anyway, that's everything. Not everything. I have more than that listed in the store. I'm just going to keep adding things as I go through stuff and deciding what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to sell. But while I was going through my sampler boxes, sorry, I have something in my eye. I found in the bottom, I found another sampler. And I am so easily distracted. I had to stop everything I was doing and reproduce this sampler just because I love it so much. I've actually stopped stitching on the other sampler. I've been showing you because I love this one. I've got it almost all reproduced. I just have to finish the bottom of it. And I'll show you. And I also, because it's so hard to see, I'm going to do a PowerPoint on this. I mean, I have it ready and I'm going to show you so you can see the stuff up close because it's gorgeous. It is just gorgeous. So I'm trying to decide if I want to I would love to do it in silk. The fabric is very fine. The linen is not an even weave. Isn't that beautiful? See how much of it you can see. And like I said, I'm going to show you in a PowerPoint so you can really see up close. The linen is very fine and it's uneven. So when this is reproduced, it's going to be longer because this linen is 60 threads per inch horizontal, or the horizontal threads are 60 threads per inch and the vertical threads are 48 threads per inch. I was thinking about reproducing it on 56 count linen, but I will probably do it on 46 count. And she's got a lot of wonderful stuff in this. Now, this was stitched by Sarah Avis. She was 10 years old. And she stitched it in 1809. So it has all her brothers and sisters here. There's a row of eyelet, which is really hard to see. You can see it's got some damage on it. There's some holes here. There's a row of eyelet. There's some satin stitching here. The satin stitching looks white, but it's very hard to see. I will show you in the pictures on the PowerPoint, but it's actually two shades, a pale shade of pink and a pale shade of blue. This is the back, so you can see the colors are a little brighter. And this alphabet is done in eyelet stitch, and she's got a cute little eyelet stitch cartouche thing there. And then these two big flower pots, and I love the house. I just love it. And then she has her name and the date and this wonderful satin stitch fence. And then there's another row of eyelet here. Now, I don't know. This looks like it was glued to a board. Now there's an edge of linen, a strip of linen all the way around that's been put on it. And it was obviously glued to something. You can see the paper somebody peeled it off the paper. Now it's stiff. Now I don't know if they put starch on it maybe to make it stiffer, or if it's the linen, but this much work on it. Usually when you work on linen, it becomes softer as you do all this work, but it's got some body to it. It's not limp and falling all over. But what I'm going to do, hang on, let me bring up my PowerPoint and then you can see what it looks like. So just hold on and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is Sarah's sampler, and she this, I talked about the linen count. Now I did look Sarah up because she has all of her, or a lot, I don't know how many there were, but she has brothers and sisters listed here. She has her birth date. She has the year she stitched this. I mean, she's got the day and the year she was born. So it wasn't too difficult to actually find her. I didn't get a lot of information, and actually I use familysearch.org, which is the Church of Latter-day Saints or whatever it is, Mormons. So I use that because it's free. And I did find some information on her parents. They didn't have all the children listed, so I'm actually going to send them a picture of this and maybe make some changes to the family search, because you can add children and all that to them. And I actually contacted somebody who had been on Sarah's mother's history, family tree, and asked her if she was related to Sarah. And she's actually a descendant of Sarah's sister, Elizabeth. So that was kind of interesting. So she encouraged me to go on family search, add the picture, and make the changes that are needed. So anyway, Sarah Avis, her parents were Richard Avis, and her mother was Elizabeth Pinnock. They were married July 12th, 1978, or excuse me, 1798, dyslexia. They were married July 12th, 1798. So I don't know if Elizabeth was his second wife, because some of these children were born before that date. I know that happens, but I'm not sure. So they were, Sarah was born about a year after they were married. She was born on April 3rd, 1799, which she's listed here, in Wormley, Hertfordshire, England. So it's definitely an English sampler. And of course, at that date, the colonies were English also. But anyway, so let me go through and show, if I can get it to go to the next slide. There we go. It's not going. Oh, I know why. I'm on the last slide. Now you've seen my desktop. Not going to edit it. Okay, this is the first one. So here's how she signed it. You can see there's a big hole down above the date. So Sarah Avis, her work, aged 10 years, 1809. You can see the lovely border she has on it, which is, those are probably strawberries. They look like strawberries. And you can see the beautiful satin stitch fence she has there. And above that is the grass, which is just cross stitch, and the house. So here is all of her brothers and sisters she has listed. And above that, you can see that there's eyelet stitch above Richard's name. So Richard Avis was born on August the 17th, 1791. So that's why I'm thinking maybe because Richard and Elizabeth, Sarah's parents, didn't get married until 1798. So, and then below that is William. It's hard to see, but her brother William was born on November 24th, 1794. And then you can see Sarah. She did her name really dark. That's a dark, dark green. And below that is her sister Elizabeth, who was born February 8th, 1802. See, it's kind of all run together at the end. And then her sister Jane was born on June 18th, 1804. Sister Mary was born on August 3rd, 1806, every couple of years. And then her brother John was born on August 6th, 1807. And you can see some of the neat little, I have close-ups of some of the details on each one and how she finished each row. She did like a zigzag cross stitch until she got to her motifs or whatever on the end there. Now this is in another section, and it says brother Joseph, or says Joseph Avis was born on April 22nd, 1811, and died December 25th, age 8 months and 3 days. I don't know if this was added at a later date or if Sarah actually started her sampler in 1809, because Joseph was born in 1811, which is, you know, a couple of years after that. So I'm not sure how that happened. I'm hoping eventually to get more information. I'm not a member of ancestry.com, but familysearch.org actually connects to ancestry. So I have to do some digging, some more digging. But anyway, you can see the alphabet above this. That's the last of the alphabet, and the numbers are all done in eyelet. The row above that or below that is there's like a sawtooth satin stitch, a zigzag satin, which, like I said, here it looks like it's cream colored, but on the back it's actually a pale, pale pink and a pale, pale blue. And then below that is a zigzag row of eyelets also. And here is the house. I just love this house so much. So I have the whole top done. I have up to, from left to right, I am just to the right of the door charted on this house. I just love this house. I'm so excited. And then I have the flower pot on the left charted. And for some reason, part of her flowers are done in this. It's really a lot brighter than it looks in this picture, in this bright pink. And then the other ones are done in like an ecru. And then on the other side, it's all in the ecru. And then it's kind of a rusty red. It looks brown on here, but those flowers, berries, whatever they are actually like a rusty red color, the same as the house. And then the grass is 3 shades of green. There's 2 rows of light green, 2 rows of medium green, and I don't know, it's either 4 or 6 rows of the dark green. So that's that. But and the windows on the house are also a pale, pale blue. They look like they're off-white or something, but they're a really pale blue. That's why I like when I can see the back. And I love the like vines that these fruits or flowers are hanging on, because I don't know, they kind of look like W's and upside down M's, but they're very different. I like it a lot. So here, I love this little tree here, this little, I don't know what it is, a little bush. It's kind of stacked up. Again, you can see the eyelet alphabet, but I just thought this was a really cute little bush here. And again, you can see some of the damage, and you can see the zigzag satin stitch a little bit better here too. And then this is the other side, and I love this too. There's 4 little birds, there's a crown, and then there's the flower bush, flower tree, whatever it is there, but there's 4 little birds there that are really cute. And then on the other side, it's a heart, and it's actually in 2 different shades. I think it's pink. It's a pale pink and off, or like an ecru color, and then there's a crown underneath that. So that is that. I wanted to share that with you guys because I'm really so excited about this one. I can't wait to get it done. I don't, like I said, I'm not quite sure. I'll probably do it maybe with DMC floss and 46 count linen, but I'm not sure. I love working with silk. So either way, if I do it in silk, when I sell the pattern, I'll provide the silk numbering and the DMC numbering. So depending on what you want to do, and of course, you're always welcome to use whatever colors you want. I try to match the original as much as I can. So let's see what happens here. Okay, I'm back. Yay. So that's it for FlossTube 54. Again, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know. I love sharing my samplers with you. I'm going to pull out a few more. Next time we'll be doing Stitch of the Month because it will be the 1st of April. No fooling. So be sure to subscribe so you're notified when the videos are posted. I always post on the 1st and the 15th, just because the 1st of the month is always Stitch of the Month. And then the 15th is just 2 weeks later. So that's why I do it that way. Let me know of any stitches you want to learn. I've got the Stitch of the Month sampler here, if you've been following along. So I have to figure out what my next stitch is going to be on this sampler. So if there's anything you would like to learn, let me know. Let me know if there's any other antique sewing items you'd like to hear about. Like I said, I'll probably be putting a few more up for sale. It kind of hurts because I love them. I'm really, it's like you kind of get the regret. It's like, I wish I would have kept that, but you got to do what you got to do, So I have to get rid of some stuff. So, and I figure on Etsy and stuff, people will appreciate it more. So anyway, that's it for FlossTube 54. And I will see you on the 1st of April. Bye.